So
Yeah.
you kind of like So I got some pictures here I want to show, and
Yeah.
Yes.
we were talking about Jersey. So this is a speech you must have gave somewhere, and it's the Pine Barrens, New
Yes.
Jersey.
Yes, that was down in the Uaris in North Carolina. I was down there for the Uari Bigfoot Festival. I was the MC of it, and in my presentation, I go over some of the best evidence that I've gathered from my journeys, and best evidence number 2 just happens to be from down in the 1.1 million acre Pine Barren Reserve in South Jersey.
Stop it.
What's that?
I said, stop it. Oh my
I
God.
know. I know. Let's go.
Wow.
She loves it.
What is
But
it?
it's cool
I love
because
the Pine Barrens.
we were down along Kim, much like you were along a river. We were along this river in the Pine Barrens, about a mile and a half from the closest trailhead, and we found baby juvenile barefoot footprints. There were 39 of them. There were no
What?
adult footprints anywhere around. They were on the riverbank. Like I said, it wasn't a canoe area or a kayak area. The put in was not, it was downriver. So it's total. A mile and a half from the closest trailhead. It was 40 degrees the night prior. One of the footprints we found actually had water inside of it still. We found it in the morning. So that means the sun has not evaporated the water outside of the footprint yet. So
Oh
that was
wow,
like we
fresh.
like whatever left that footprint was like 4 to 6 hours prior to us being there. So I
So
mean that's
close.
I know, just in
That's
the shadow.
unbelievably close
I
time-wise.
know. But I mean that just goes to show we're at the right place at the right time. You know
Yep.
what I mean? So
Mhm.
that is one of the coolest pieces of evidence we've gotten.
Oh my God,
Do you
that's really
think Bigfoot
yeah.
gets along with other species, or other like bears and stuff like that? And do you think Bigfoot is a carnivore, or is he a vegetarian?
Yeah, I think so. I think Bigfoot, like they got to get along with other with other
He's like her.
pointing. um, yeah, I think Bigfoot does get along with they cohabitate with the other animals, that kind of stuff. I think like some people think Bigfoot and coyotes work together as symbiotic relationship, where I think that is very well possible, where a coyote pack would make a kill and a Bigfoot would simply go in and stalk the coyote pack and just go get their kill after they do it. If they're intelligent, that would make sense because they're not
Hmm.
using any caloric output to chase down these creatures and let somebody else do it for them. Makes
Hmm.
sense. What was the second part of your question? I'm sorry.
Are you like, could they be meat eaters or?
Oh yeah, I think they're so. I think if you take a bear population map and you overlay it with a Bigfoot sighting map, they are almost identical.
Okay.
So that would lead me to believe that wherever bears live would make good Bigfoot habitat, right? So
Okay.
my thought process would be that if you have two large apex predators that live in the same area, they
Hmm.
probably eat very similar things. Makes
Okay.
Okay.
sense, right? You can
Yeah,
roll
Absolutely.
with me on
makes
that.
sense.
So what do
Yeah.
bears eat?
Fish.
They,
Everything.
they,
Everything, yes, no. Berries. 70% of their diet consists of berries, bushes, and ferns. So I
mhm.
think
I had no
Bigfoot
idea.
eats a lot of that as well.
Okay.
So I think they're
See?
they're definitely omnivores. I think I don't think people say that they eat deer as their primary source of food,
Hmm.
unless they're pack hunters and they really have like a really good stalking and method of getting a deer. Do you know how fast deer are? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to chase down a deer just like running, that would cause. I mean, and then
We're
to
in a
catch it
forest,
and kill it.
nonetheless. Yeah.
Yeah. I
That's
see
a
a
Yeah.
deer
lot
They
of.
have to
probably
work
6 foot
together.
10, just like leaping it. You
Yeah,
know.
Yeah.
that's a lot of work. I've heard reports of hunters have seen Bigfoot like throwing rocks at deer and trying to take him
Oh,
out with rocks. Because I mean, if they could throw
Makes
rocks
sense.
at me, they could sure should throw rocks at something else.
That's
Yeah.
true.
That goes back to like the caveman time, where they maybe did throw rocks, or maybe they do have some sort of, if they're intelligent, maybe they do have some sort of weapon, a sharp stick or something
Yeah.
like that too.
Mhm.
If they're
Right.
more human-like, they will come up. They will make tools.
Yeah.
Fair.
So that's a
Well,
possibility. But like you said, berries. I could see them, the berries, and like the bears like fish. So I could
Mhm.
see them on the edge of a lake, scooping out a
Right.
fish also.
Sure.
Because a lot of sightings aren't there, like near rivers.
Yeah. hmm Rivers, lakes, streams, they always
Yeah,
follow the creeks.
they
Yeah.
follow the creeks because of the water source, and maybe
really
that's where
freaking
they.
me out.
Huh?
Why it's freaking me out. Well, I didn't know this about the coyotes, but in the Torn, where I heard the knocking, there is a resident coyote pack that lives there.
Mhm.
Oh, interesting.
That's
Wow.
cool.
Now I'm like, oh my
That's
god.
cool.
They do find animals that work together out there anyway.
Yeah.
I
Right.
just read something. I don't know. I read on the internet, so I take this with a grain of salt. But they say wolves work with crows or ravens, and what happens is the ravens find the food, and the wolves go in. They kill it, and then what they leave over, the ravens eat. I don't know how true that is,
Could be.
but
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, why not?
I mean,
Um,
and then you just think of put a little intelligence behind this thing.
Mhm.
Like we go to the food with the grocery store because we don't want to. We're too lazy to kill our own food anymore and track
Yeah.
down and grow our own food. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's just the nature of the beast. We're as people, we're just inherently like the easy way out. And I think
Right.
Bigfoot, if Bigfoot's anything has any intelligence, it's not going to do the hard way out. I don't think Bigfoot tramps through the woods all the time. I think it walks on trails like we do.
Okay.
Oh,
You know what I mean? It just takes the
Mhm.
path of least resistance. Why would it walk through a big field of sticker bushes when you could just walk on a trail that a human takes? That's why
Yeah.
Right.
or as a game trail.
Game
That's
trails. Yeah. There's a
okay.
lot of those out in the woods.
Well, I mean, I
and
can see it trying to avoid a human, going, a different path to try to avoid people.
sure,
But
yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
What other reason? I don't know. We have a bunch of questions, and I feel
Yeah,
bad that I just like
I
to
was
make
gonna
sure that we
say.
get to them.
All
Yeah.
right, let's get to them.
Here's one for you. Yeah, I mean, everyone's so good in our audience. I want to make sure we get to their questions.
Nice.
Have night vision drones been productive with Bigfoot evidence?
Oh man, yeah. I think that's the way Bigfoot is going to be found is going to be through a thermal drone. As I alleviated to a little earlier, I don't make a lot of money, so I don't have enough money to buy a thermal drone.
Yeah.
They're very expensive.
40,
Um,
50 grand. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and with my luck, the first time up, it's going in the tree. I mean, there's no question about that. So.
After the
So
bear mace incident, we don't trust you with it, right?
hey, it's just
I feel
history
like I
repeats
know
itself.
you.
So
He's just
yeah,
like me.
yeah.
Those guys tease me. They're like, it's always you. Like, I feel like we're
Well,
kindred spirits.
you know how I know that a drone would go up in the tree is because I had like a $50 drone that is currently hanging in the tallest tree in the Allegheny National
no.
Forest. If anybody wants to go get it, you're more than welcome
Oh
to. It's yours.
no.
So
Yeah,
I can
maybe
guarantee
not.
you that a 50 grand drone is going
Risky.
somewhere it's not
Yeah,
supposed to go.
I just got a drone, like a $300 drone. So, and
Nice.
I haven't. I'm nervous to bring it out, and same reason, maybe getting to a tree or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you think
But
that's how you were saying?
yeah, that's
That
gonna
you think
be
that's how?
that'll be it's not gonna be the way you prove Bigfoot because you can't prove something through just a
Right.
a picture. But what you can do is then once you get GPS mark where the Bigfoot was, then you could take our eDNA that we talked about before, go where
Yeah.
Bigfoot has stood, grab the soil, take it to the guy, and have him do it. Take it to that university in North Carolina,
The
and
guy that the guy that the other guy that knows. So,
yeah,
Yeah.
the guy.
the guy
He's got a guy, Anthony.
Got a
He's got a guy.
It's that'd be interesting if they could find Bigfoot. And another question I have, I know maybe I shouldn't ask questions. I should let the audience ask questions.
No, you're good. Go. We got lots of time.
I mean, when you see Bigfoot, it's usually one. It's not like a whole family. And what do you? I'm going to ask two-part question. And where do you think they go? Is this to me? I think it might be an underground network or something that they go into, and it's like some sort of cave system, underground. Because there must be. I feel there's a lot more, and they just come out maybe to hunt and bring food back to. I know they find places where they sleep,
Yeah.
but where's the babies? Where's the mamas? You
Right.
know?
I think there's a lot less actually. So
Really?
I think there's a lot less than people think about. I think
Hmm.
so let's talk numbers. So you have to have to be able to have a breeding species, you have to have enough of them, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
Right.
so you got to have enough to maintain a breeding population, but you got to have few enough to remain hidden from
Mm-hmm.
society and everybody that is just living and
Yeah.
surviving. So what's a number? What's a good in between number? A lot of researchers, and myself included in that, think there's about 2,000 Bigfoot in the United States,
Okay.
mostly up in the Pacific Northwest. Like we talked about, the big hot spot out there. Florida's another big hot spot. You got Ohio's a hot spot, and fun fact enough, New Jersey is another hot spot.
Oh.
But with that being
It
said,
was so.
I don't think there's a lot of Bigfoot that live in the state of New Jersey. I think it's kind of like a transient population that they kind of go in and out of the state every once in a while. And I don't think they're here all the time. However, there's got to be, a couple family groups. I think they live in family groups anywhere from 5 to, I don't know, 10, 15 individuals.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's probably 2, 3 of them that kind of traverse in and out of the state at any given time. So how many is that? That's what, 20, 30, maybe at a max 30 Bigfoot that live in the state of New Jersey at any given time. Divide that over the whole state, put 30 people in the state of New Jersey and go look for them. You're never going to
Yeah.
find them. Never.
Never.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah. Good point.
Well, the New Jersey Bigfoot commute to New York all the time. I think I worked with a couple downtown on
Yeah, you
some
got
of
the
the down the
urbanized
subway
Bigfoot out
stuff.
that way. Yeah.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah, they come with the coveralls and everything, their tool belt. But hey,
I
they're
was going
nice.
to ask about migration, so that's interesting. Like, is there some type of migration pattern that you find?
I love that you asked that question. So let's take New Jersey because I love, and I hope your audience can relate to this. But sightings of Bigfoot in New Jersey increase 80% every third year.
Oh,
Why?
Wow.
Do we have any
Wait,
idea why?
I'm sorry. Can you say that again? Can
every
you say that?
third
Sure.
year.
Sightings of Bigfoot increase 80% every third year in the state of New Jersey. Why?
Maybe they're commuting.
No.
New Jersey. I don't know.
Some people say it could be because of, like you said, like a migrational pattern, although that
Okay.
migration is due to weather, and that would be a
Yeah.
1-year cycle, right? Some
Mhm.
people say it could be because of their gestational period, how often they can have babies. That would be a good,
Yeah,
Maybe.
that's
thought
a good one.
process. But
Mhm.
we're going to take something that New
I
Jersey
think
has
it
a
would
lot
be
of.
the food. Something about food.
Boom, there we go. So what did we
Yes.
say? What did we say Bigfoot eats? Berries,
Everything
right?
that
Yeah.
Bears eat, which is like hard
Yeah.
mast, and hard mast only happens every few years, like a lot of acorns and
Thank
black
you.
walnuts and hickories.
Which means that my theory, my philosophy, Bigfoot is nomadic, which means they follow the food source.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, smart.
Makes sense. Why wouldn't it? Everything else, yeah.
Yeah, everything does.
We
Exactly. Yeah.
used to do that before we settled down.
Sure.
So
Mhm.
why wouldn't Bigfoot do that now? It just
Mhm.
makes sense. I
Well,
mean,
it's interesting you say that because I know that there are a lot of bear in our area, and when I go hiking, I'm very well aware of my environment in this area because of the bear, and I keep note of the hard mast trees, like the black walnuts and the hickory nuts, because I know my odds are that a bear is going to be near one of those trees. And now I'm going to start thinking maybe I should also be watching out for Bigfoot by those
There
trees.
you go.
you should always be watching out for Bigfoot. Just saying.